Have you ever judged someone by the clothes they wear? Most people have. But after hearing this story, you may never do it again. It was a cold, rainy evening in New York City. A small luxury restaurant was full of people celebrating birthdays, business deals, and happy moments. Then the front door slowly opened. An old man walked inside. His jacket was faded. His shoes were worn out. His hands were shaking from the cold rain. He looked tired and lonely. The room became strangely quiet. Some people stared at him. Others looked away. A little girl whispered to her mother, "Mom, is he homeless?" Her mother quietly replied, "Don't stare. Just eat." The old man slowly walked to the front desk. With a soft smile, he asked, "Excuse me, may I have a table for one?" The waiter looked at his clothes before looking at his face. Then he sighed, "I'm sorry, sir. This restaurant is expensive." The old man smiled gently. "I know. I've been here before." The waiter laughed quietly. "I don't think so." Some customers heard the conversation. One businessman laughed and said, "Maybe he's looking for the soup kitchen." Several people laughed. The old man heard every word, but he didn't say anything. He simply lowered his head. Finally, the waiter pointed to a tiny table beside the kitchen door, the noisiest seat in the restaurant. The old man thanked him anyway. He sat down. He ordered only one bowl of soup and a small cup of coffee. As he waited, table after table received their meals. People who arrived 20 minutes after him were served first. His soup came almost 40 minutes later. It wasn't even hot anymore. Still, he quietly smiled. He folded his hands, closed his eyes, and whispered, "Thank you." The waiter noticed him praying. He rolled his eyes and walked away. After finishing the meal, the old man slowly reached into his old jacket. Instead of taking out his wallet, he pulled out a small, worn photograph. He looked at it for a long time. His hands trembled. A single tear fell onto the table. The young waitress cleaning nearby noticed him crying. She gently walked over. "Sir, are you okay?" The old man smiled through his tears. "Yes. I just missed someone." She looked at the photograph. It showed a young couple standing in front of the very same restaurant. The sign above the door looked exactly the same. The waitress looked confused. "When was this taken?" The old man smiled. 30 years ago. My wife and I opened this restaurant together." The waitress froze. "What?" He nodded slowly. "We built it with our own hands. We painted these walls. We bought every table. We served every customer like family." His voice became quiet. "But then, my wife became very sick. We sold everything to pay for her treatment." He looked at the photograph again. "We lost the restaurant. And a year later, I lost her too." The waitress could no longer hold back her tears. She called the manager. The manager came over. The old man handed him the old photograph. The manager looked closely. His face suddenly turned pale. He rushed into the office. A few minutes later, he returned carrying an old company photo album. He opened the first page. There they were, the same young couple, standing proudly on opening day. The manager couldn't believe it. He looked at the old man with tears in his eyes. "Sir, you really are the founder." The restaurant became completely silent. Every customer stopped eating. The businessman who had laughed looked down at his plate. The waiter stood frozen, unable to speak. The manager apologized over and over again, but the old man gently shook his head. "I'm not upset because you made me wait. I'm sad because kindness has become so rare." He slowly stood up. Then he looked around the room. "When my wife was alive, she taught every employee one simple rule. Treat every guest with respect. Because a person's clothes tell you nothing about their heart." Many people were crying now. The waiter stepped forward with tears in his eyes. "I'm so sorry. I judged you before I knew your story." The old man smiled. "It's okay. The greatest lesson in life is learning before it's too late." Before leaving, he placed the old photograph back into his pocket. He walked toward the door. Then he stopped. Without turning around, he quietly said, "Never make someone feel small, just because life has been hard on them. You never know how much they have already lost." The old man walked out into the rain. The restaurant stayed silent long after he was gone. No music, no conversation, only the sound of falling rain, and hearts filled with regret. Remember this. Kindness costs nothing, but one moment of disrespect can stay with someone forever. Never judge a person by their clothes, because the richest heart is often hidden beneath the simplest jacket.